United Way Suncoast invest in outcomes. There's no better way to steward the dollars entrusted to us. To achieve quality community impact, our work must include supporting the development and growth of the people running our partner programs. Here to tell us more about what we call capacity building is United Way Suncoast Vice President Josh Dunn and Results First CEO Robyn Faucy. Josh, Robyn, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Ernest.
Yep, thank you.
All right, I'm so excited to have you guys here, and I want to start by saying, Josh, can you tell us a little bit about the genesis of our capacity building efforts at United Way Suncoast?
Absolutely. So in November of 2021, we launched the opportunity for organizations to receive multi-year grant support. And one of the reasons that we chose to have multi-year support is because we know that the problems that we're trying to fix do not get solved in 12-month increments. And we know that for programs to have the success they aim to achieve, we need to build runway for those programs. And we need to remove obstacles that take their attention away from actually serving the families intended to benefit from the programs. Having to reapply for funding every year is one of those barriers towards meeting the goals of the program. The capacity development work is part of that strategy. They go together. So in addition to removing the barrier of having to reapply for funding every year, we know that we are asking our partners to achieve a lot and to measure things accurately with fidelity, to communicate that well. And every nonprofit is starting from a different point in that journey because resources for nonprofit organizations are not always distributed equitably. You can have organizations that are doing really critical work in really critical areas that just have not been given the opportunity before to have space, time, and resources to explore the best way to measure their work or the best way to remove inefficiencies from their process of helping families achieve the outcomes that they might have in terms of specifically the United Way focus areas of early learning, financial stability, and youth success. So we knew that we wanted to engage those partners through services like Results First. And we knew that we wanted to target organizations that would have traditionally had more barriers placed in front of them. So those are organizations that have lower annual revenue. Those organizations that are led by individuals who may identify as Black, Indigenous, or a person of color belonging to the LGBTQ plus community, neurodiverse, or representing another community that has been historically disadvantaged in the past. These are organizations that deserve a leg up because they're working with the communities that have the greatest barriers to success on average. And so in order to make sure that if we're saying to our grant partners, we want you to achieve X, Y, or Z, that we're providing them the resources and opportunity to do that in an equitable fashion.
Yeah, so Robyn, you work all the time with different nonprofits and different organizations and trying to help them reach those achievements and look at how they measure their success. What were your specific thoughts about coming in and working with United Way Suncoast's strategic community partners?
Well, Ernest, first of all, I want to applaud United Way Suncoast for taking their capacity building efforts a step further to actually help their partners to build on achievement. At the end of the day, nonprofits are created to invest in and create human gains. So what has changed or what has improved because of that nonprofit organization and their programs? So when we had the opportunity to work with United Way Suncoast to help their partners get clearer on defining, tracking, verifying, and then communicating their results, it was really a great opportunity for all of us that were involved to be able to give these organizations actionable tools that they can now carry forward and use and scale in other areas of their organization. So they too can be clearer on the difference they make. And so this requires a shift from going from counting the number of people served to really getting clear on the number of people who achieved something because of that program or organization.
So that ties right in with the name of your company, results first. Obviously, you're trying to get nonprofits to focus on achievement. You did that with our partners. What were the results, Robyn? How did things go in an effort that started in August of 2022?
So we feel that the results were terrific. And the results are that the organizations, and let me back up to say this, the targets for this program were that each participating organization would have at least one approach in place, again, to be able to define, track, verify, and communicate their results. And if it was for an existing program, that they would be able to increase their achievement by 20% or more. We always want to see our clients learn, because that is how change is made, is through learning. And so the Results Team program was a series of workshops and consulting huddles that focused on project-based learning, where organizations picked something that they wanted to be able to understand their results on or to improve their results. And that's what they focused on. So at the Results Showcase, where the 17 organizations who participated had the opportunity to participate and also demonstrate that fourth critical element of the methodology, which is the communicating of results. We learned from those organizations, not just what their programs, their targets and projects were focused on, but what was it that they've achieved thus far, and what did they learn in the process? And what we all learned collectively was that many of the learnings that took place were transformational for some organizations in how they communicate their organization and how they're going, their organization's results, and how now they are going about either reaching clients, serving clients, and increasing their achievement.
Yeah, we even had some nonprofits speak about changing their process, changing the way they go about trying to create those results, because they learned from this whole process and this whole system that you put in place. So Josh, you helped stage those two showcases. We had one in Hillsborough and one in Pinellas, 4 to 17 nonprofits. It went really well. Everyone was impressed. What do you see for the future of United Way Suncoast's capacity building?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the showcases. I loved hearing the learnings and how the organizations are going forward. In terms of how United Way Suncoast will build on this going forward, I think what we will continue to do is honor the creativity and innovative mindsets that our strategic community partners have, and recognize that space sometimes needs to be created to allow that innovation and creativity to take shape, especially in a way that can show verifiable, measurable results for our community. We have eager partners. What we've learned from this program is that they are interested in change when change is beneficial to the communities that they're serving. So we want to lean into that and integrate it into our investment processes overall. We also want to take the strength that we have as an organization for leveraging community data and presenting data and analyzing it about how conditions are improving, hopefully, for the ALICE families that we're serving, and integrate that comfort with data, manipulating the data, collecting the data, reporting it out, and working together collectively to showcase how we are multiplying each other's efforts by going forward with the same mentality, that we can measure our results, but we can do so in a way that honors the strength and capacity of our organizations. I'm really excited also to work with our funding and policy partners as well, because as we know, to solve the issues that United Way Suncoast is focused on, it requires many folks being at the table and having an understanding of how to build the capacity of each of us to do our part in changing conditions for ALICE families for the better. So we're committed to all the investments that we're putting out there into community, the grants that we give to our community partners, coming along with capacity building efforts, whether it's through formal programming like Results First, or even basic technical assistance in that data collection, that reporting, that how to write a grant, how to communicate those results to a wide variety of stakeholders, so that we build the social capital for all of our partners and take advantage of that energy that's out there. We know our community wants to help. We know that people want to do something. And what I say is, if we want to do something, we have to build the capacity of the actors that are in front of our families every day. So that's our strategy.
I couldn't agree with you more, Josh. I think that's so important to fuel those efforts of United Way Suncoast and of our partners. And so if you are a nonprofit that wants to learn more about United Way Suncoast's capacity building efforts, you can email Josh Dunn at jdunn@uwsuncoast.org. To learn more about all that we do at United Way Suncoast and our broader mission, please visit unitedwaysuncoast.org. And as always, remember, united we rise,
United
we win.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's how we roll.